The world around us is full of information. Some of them are important, others not completely. However, there are facts that are worth knowing if only out of curiosity. You can boast about this knowledge at your next meeting with your friends. In today's episode we will try to present several interesting facts about France. Enjoy! The guillotine became a symbol of terror during the French Revolution. The name comes from the name of its originator, Surgeon Joseph Ignace Guillotine. It is estimated that since April 25, 1792, this device in France alone claimed nearly 15,000 lives. The victims of the guillotine were such people as King Louis XVI, Queen Marie Antoinette of Austria, and Maximilien de Robespierre, who was responsible for terror during the Revolution. The last person to be guillotined in France was the Tunisian immigrant Hamid Jandoubi, who kidnapped and killed a 21-year-old French woman in July 1974. The sentence was carried out on September 10, 1977, and 4 years later, the French Parliament agreed to the abolition of the death penalty in that country. Spain has its town inside French territory. Livia is a Spanish exclave with 1,500 inhabitants. The town remained Spanish under the Treaty of the Pyrenees signed in 1659. Which ended 24 years of fighting on the Franco-Spanish border and marked the common border between these countries. The treaty included a clause that clearly stated that towns in the mountainous part of the Pyrenees with municipal rights remain Spanish. It was only after signing the treaty that it was realized that Livia was not a village but a town. Since then, it has remained Spanish. Louis-Antoine Bourbon, who became King of France after Charles X's abdication August 2, 1830, actually sat on the royal throne for only 20 minutes. In the years 1748 to 1772, the cultivation of potatoes was forbidden due to the negative impact after eating them, they caused a high fever. Then in 1774 Minister of Finance, and Robert Turgot, began to distribute large quantities of seedlings of this vegetable for free. The Galvany waterfall is the highest waterfall in France and Europe. The 422-meter-high waterfall is located in southwestern France. During World War II, when Hitler visited Paris, the French cut cables in the elevator at the Eiffel Tower. This was to make it difficult for Hitler to climb to the top of the tower. Instead of an elevator, he had to use the stairs. Very few people realize that the Statue of Liberty in the United States is a gift from the French to Americans on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of their country's independence. It was built in France and shipped across the Atlantic. For transport purposes, it was dismantled into 350 parts. 100 kilometers south of Paris there is a small village called La Mort Auxiliaire Juifs, which translated means death to the Jews. In August 2014, an official petition was submitted to the government to change the name. A similar request was rejected 20 years earlier on historical grounds. The name was given in the Middle Ages. In 2008, President Nicolas Sarkozy took the request to the court, demanding that the famous voodoo doll, bearing his likeness, be withdrawn from sale. The court dismissed the lawsuit, considering that the doll was satirical and humorous in nature, and could not be considered an attack on human dignity. In one of the cafes in Nice, 2 price lists have been introduced, for people who use the words good morning and please, coffee is cheaper, and for people who do not know these expressions are forced to pay a bit more. The French have the highest percentage of nuclear energy in relation to total energy production, it is 76.9%. There are 58 reactors operating in the country. France ranks 5th in the ranking of military potential. The country's army numbers 388,000, of which 205,000 are active personnel. The military has 1,262 planes, 406 tanks, 6,330 armored vehicles and 118 ships. The government allocates $40 billion to rearmament each year. In 2012, the 214-year ban on women wearing trousers in Paris was lifted. Now women walking the streets of Paris can wear trousers without any problems. Do you know any more interesting facts about France? Please share your thoughts in the comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.